My name is Birgit Fessl. I'm a principal investigator of the landbird project at the Charles Darwin Station. So we have done, 2 weeks ago, we have done our yearly counts of the landbirds in Floreana Island. So Floreana Island has been restored, or there's a big project of restoration, getting rid of introduced rodents and cats. And we are kind of doing the counting of the birds to see how the populations are reacting to this effort, which is related to poisoning. So to see, are birds affected by the poison, or do we recover as well with the reduction of the pressure from predators. And it was a complete surprise to find the Galapagos Rail in Floreana. So that was kind of a wow, because it hasn't been found since quite a long time. And we have done really specific searches for this bird in the last years with playbacks, and we never ever had a register. So having them seen and heard was a wonderful experience, actually. It was really a big surprise, and it made us all very happy. So the last official record of the Galapagos Rail, that was the bird collected in the 1835 collection, so when Charles Darwin visited Floreana. And since then we have no official register. So whereas some people were saying, yes, we have seen it, it was in some notes it was said, but we don't have a record, we don't have any further information that kind of clarifies if it is really the Galapagos Rail or maybe another rail, because there are two rail species living and they have very distinct habitat. So without any other information, just kind of, okay, the rail lives there, breeds there, we just can't. We were not sure at all if this was the Galapagos Rail or the paint-billed crake, especially as in this island actually people refer to 𝘓𝘓𝘰𝘯𝘭𝘶𝘴 for both rails. So for them the 𝘓𝘓𝘰 is just a rail, doesn't matter if it is the endemic one or the native one. So we have looked at the same sites where we have heard and seen the birds. We have searched for them with playbacks, and normally they respond quite nicely to playback. So you put its own song, the song of the species, and it would just answer. And we haven't had these registers before, only now after the almost eradication of rodents and cats. We know from another island, 𝘓𝘓𝘃𝑠𝑜n, that this bird can recolonize an island. Like in 𝘓𝘓𝘃𝑠𝑜n, the rats were eradicated in 2013, I think it was. In 2018, we had Galapagos Rail records from there, and this has never ever been in this island before. That was also a super surprise. So we know that they are able to fly, even so in some literature they say they're really bad flyers. And there are two possibilities. So either they have always been in Floreana, maybe a little further down than we have searched, in very low densities, and that's why we didn't have any registers, which means that they have survived also the poisoning of the rats, because there might be secondary poisoning around. So either they have just survived, which is great, and now they're recovering because there's no predation anymore by rats, or they have come back from another island. That could be Santa Cruz or could be Santiago. So to know if they have always been there or if they have come back, for that we need to catch the birds and get a little tiny blood sample and look at the genetics, because we know from another scientist, 𝘓𝘓𝘰𝘯𝘭𝘰𝘵𝘢, he has done genetic analysis, and we know that all 𝘓𝘓𝘰s from each island are a little bit different. So if they are Floreana unique species or unique bird population, then they will have a unique genetics. If they came from, let's say, Santiago, then we'll see that too. So that would be really the next steps to know, have they recolonized or have they just survived and are doing now better. But anyway, not having predators around, that helps them, this population, to increase and to thrive. So the Galapagos Rail, we have two small rail species in the Galapagos. One is endemic, which means it's only found in Galapagos, and the other one is native, so you can also find it on the continent. And people mix them up quite easily, even so it's not really difficult to distinguish between them. The native one, the paint-billed crake, is double the size, and can be seen easily outside crossing roads. The 𝘓𝘓𝘰𝘯𝑭𝘭𝘶𝘴, the Galapagos Rail, is really tiny and kind of 10-15 centimeters. And it has bright red eyes when you see it close. It has a dark bluish, very nice plumage, and it's very secret. it's very shy. It just kind of always ducks in the vegetation, and it only comes out if you call it with playback. Otherwise, it wouldn't come out. So it's a very particular bird, and its song. So it's responding to playbacks, or if you clap your hands, it would go to ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. So they are chatting with each other. The male song is kind of and the other rail is kind of very, very different. So you can't really just you would know if you know those elements. You can tell them apart. Yeah.